All set? Okay, thank you. Good evening. Jetty, do you want to call the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Lerner.
Here.
Mr. Rosner.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Wilson.
Present.
Mr. Allen.
Here.
And Ms. Harmon.
Here.
Ms. Harris.
Right. Pursuant to Section 5, Chapter 231, PL 1975, this is to state for the record that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by posting and maintaining an annual notice of regular meetings on the bulletin board in Village Hall, by mailing the annual notice of regular meetings for 2015 to South Orange Maplewood News Record and the Star Ledger in December of 2014, and by filing said notice in the office of the village clerk. Call for approval of the minutes.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consider them approved. We have an application for completeness for physician's practice, Block 1909, Lot 8. Is anybody here from? Sure. Yes, please. And just speak into the mic because it is live.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. My name is Nicholas Sekas of the Sekas Law Group, appearing on behalf of the applicant, the Physicians Group, who's submitting this application for completeness this evening. We've submitted an affidavit of publication to Ms. Davis.
You have to pick
Thank
up
you.
the...
Thank you. Is this better?
Yes, much better.
We've submitted a application for affidavit of service and publication to the town clerk who we've spoken to today. We've addressed, seen the planner's notes and meetings. We have two handouts, if it would help the board, but for completeness, we already forwarded them to Ms. Davis. It was a summary of the zoning requirements for the business district and also the zoning schedule, which was attached to the engineer's plans. And we're here tonight because we're making an application in the future to make a physician's practice pursuant to the amended redevelopment ordinance.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You've handed out all of the information, or you've sent it in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Board, questions? Any questions from the planner?
No, we have submitted the information.
Right.
that was requested.
One question.
Sure.
One question may be my naivete, but what does it mean to change the use of parking from retail to medical?
We've set aside the spaces, the 14 spaces pursuant to your ordinance, and we have the parking spaces adequate, but we set them aside and designated them for the physician's practice, both for the employees and also the patients.
No,
We
I guess
designated
I'm
these
asking the
spaces
question,
within the building.
Maybe council.
And they're reflected in our application.
Well,
Do we
one at a
need,
time.
do we need more retail? For retail, do you need more parking than for medical? That's my question.
Prior approvals.
The other way around.
the other way around.
Prior
Medical
approvals
use.
for the site specifically designated number of spaces for different types of uses,
Okay.
so, which was one of the
Thanks.
questions I had for Mr. Seekis,
Yes,
which
sir.
was, I think you need to reacquaint the board with the history of those resolutions.
Yes, I think we have to, but when we come before when we come for a final vote, I think tonight we're here for the completeness. My expert will definitely give a history
Yeah.
of the ordinance.
And
This
the
is
other thing
strictly
The only thing I would note is that because of the connection between this property and the building on South Orange Avenue,
Yes, sir.
I don't know from which property you obtained your 200-foot list, but I would suggest you probably need to do from both properties.
Okay, sir.
So if you've only identified and served the 200-foot list from one, you should probably add the others,
We'll do that, sir.
okay?
Any further questions? Do I hear a motion to approve the completeness application?
Second.
Would you call the roll, Jetty?
Okay, Mr. Lerner.
Yes.
Mr. Rosner.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Reverend Wilson.
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes.
Mr. Lerman.
Yes.
And Ms. Harris.
Yes.
Perhaps may I just have two questions for guidance? You would like us to renotice for the next hearing, is that correct?
Only
We'll
those
pick
that
both
haven't
properties.
been noticed.
Yeah, only the ones that you
Yes,
may
sir.
not have noticed.
Okay, we'll do that, sir. And also, the other issue was do we require formal planning testimony? Because we had the discussion today with council. And at the board's pleasure, to retain another planner would not be would be just another expense incurred by the applicant. Our engineer is also a licensed planner, so I believe he could shed light to the board and provide the appropriate testimony. But I leave it to the board's discretion and the planner if they would like to hear special planning testimony from a planning expert solely on that.
I don't think it's necessary.
Thank you. My client thanks you as well. And we'll see you in the May 4th meeting. Is that the next hearing?
I believe so.
Okay. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
You too. May 4th, did you say 4th?
It's the 4th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next application is adjourned, as you can see, till the May 4th meeting. That's the Hazel A. Turner, Luther and P. and Hazel A. That's adjourned till May.
If I could ask, is there any updates on that? Because we, from time to time, have gotten some kind of updates from
No.
council. Nothing?
Other than the gates were open this morning on the closed road, so. But, and then we also have an application for a variance for a proposed standby generator at the South Mountain B'nai B'rith Jewish Community Senior Housing Center. Is there anyone here?
That's the one on Vos Avenue.
Yeah, on Vos. No, I'm sorry, it's not on Vos, it's next to the police station.
Oh, that's the one next to the
Next to the police station.
Okay.
Right. My only comment was, and I mentioned it to Sal, is, as I understand it, a generator can't be within 5 feet of a window, a workable window, and either that or they have to seal the window. And
Yeah, the applicant will have to provide testimony based on the specifications of the generator. And those specifications will specify how close to the building, how close to any windows or ventilation systems or anything like that the generator can be. So if, depending on the specifications of the generator, that's how they can determine where the generator can be placed in relationship to
the request is strictly for completeness tonight, so any other comments by any board member or a planner or engineer?
I wanted to ask our planner, have you reviewed the plan for completeness?
Yes,
And
we
is-
have a memo
Okay.
Yeah.
that was, we prepared a memo dated March 24th, and we've gone through the checklist, and as always, they would have to provide notice, the public hearing notification, but other than that, they're complete, in our opinion.
Thank you.
Sure.
And I will say, the applicant was advised about the concern about the generator, so I believe his or her engineer will be here to kind of testify at the time. So with that, I'll entertain a motion for
Can I
completeness.
ask Sal a question?
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, Sal, are there any uniform construction code regs which govern that siting of the generator?
Yes, there will be construction code regulations, and when the applicant presents the application, their professional should confirm to the board that they're going to meet all of the code requirements. And the board can actually, if deemed approve the application, you can condition it on them meeting all of the codes if the applicant doesn't provide that information.
Do I hear a motion?
Motion to move case 240 for complete?
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Or do we need a roll call, Jerry? No. All in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? Okay. I also will, I guess, I may have forgot the minutes. If somebody will make a motion to approve the minutes
We did the minutes.
of the last meeting. We did.
We did.
You did?
So good, we did that.
Okay. With that, the only thing that we have left, literally, is a report from the Board of Trustees members regarding planning and zoning.
The planning and zoning meeting was canceled last month, so.
Okay, so that's a great report. And then we have the Irvington Avenue redevelopment.
And I submitted an update today. There is a new case that's out of Hackensack Supreme Court, New Jersey Supreme Court. And I'm meeting with, as I stated in the memo, I'm meeting with your redevelopment council and your administrator tomorrow morning to talk about the implications of that case. as it's a very interesting read if you like those kinds of things. And then, of course, if you have trouble going to sleep at night, you just start reading that, and before you know it, you'll be asleep.
Put you right to sleep.
Yes. One way or the other,
Okay.
it's positive.
I don't believe we have any other business before this board tonight, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Enjoy the game tonight.
Absent.